Hello everyone, happy April. So today is April 4th, Easter Sunday. I'm not doing anything today. I don't really celebrate Easter, but if you do, happy Easter. So I'm very disappointed in my March. I didn't get nearly as much done as I wanted to get done. I only worked on 2 projects. So the 2 main ones that I have, Deer Creek and Fairy Dancer, are the only 2 that I really worked on at all. And even then I didn't get as much done on those 2 as I wanted. So the only project that I got exactly how much I wanted done was Deer Creek. Fairy Dancer, I'm not even sure I got half done. That one to me isn't as interesting as Deer Creek to work on because a lot of it's just like blocks of one color, so it's not as visually interesting to me. And I find it easier to stitch actually when there is confetti, which I know a lot of people aren't like that. I guess I'm weird like that. I prefer confetti. It does take a bit longer, but I just find it more like visually interesting and stimulating than just one big block of color. Takumi has come to visit. This is Takumi. He is my male ferret. He's a big one. We have 2 ferrets, actually. We have a female as well. She's very small, Zorro. She's black, and she's like the bandit mask across her eyes. That's why her name is Zorro. He just wants to get into stuff, because I have a bunch of stuff on the bed. He just wants to get into mischief right now. But you can't. Alright, so this month was just busy for me. I am in school. And I had taken a break at the beginning of the year, and I restarted classes at the beginning of March. So I had to do that. I do online school, so it's not quite as like intensive as if I was going to, physical college. And my class is actually pretty easy, but I just find it hard to manage my time a lot of the time. And then I also just started working again, like a week ago. So it didn't take up a huge amount of March. But I'm like trying to, get into the swing of things again, remember how to even have a work life and a personal life, because I'm a bartender, and so we'd been shut down. We got shut down actually the end of March last year, and then we reopened at the beginning of September or the middle of September. And then we got shut down again. All bars got shut down again in November, like right before Thanksgiving. So I've been out of work a lot the last year. So it's just been a struggle to kind of get back into the swing of things. I live in Vermont, so it's not as bad here as it is in other places, but the restrictions have been, still affected my life quite a lot. So all the animals want me right now. So yeah, it's been just remembering how to do everything and balancing everything. Just all the animals, all of them. This is Cloud, our cat. She just came out of being in heat, so she's still a little needy as well. So we're just having animal issues at the moment. So as I said before, the only 2 that I worked on were my 2 Hades. I did not work on anything else, didn't get a single stitch in anything else, which is kind of disappointing. I did want to work on something else. I want to finish one of my other projects so that I can start another project. I'm very much a finisher. I like finishing stuff. I like having that sense of completion. So I will show you what I got done on Fairy Dancer. We'll have a picture of where I was last time, which not much has changed. And I can actually show you the full thing this time because I did take it off the Q-snap. So this is the full thing. So it does start here on this side. You just can't really tell because a lot of that is just white, white, white. But you can see the flower. So I got from about here to here. Like, not much. Not much at all. But we're starting to get into the center of the flower a bit. The fairy is like down here, so I'm not even sure when I'm going to be able to start on her exactly. But so that's what I've done on that. And I need to start keeping track of like how many stitches I get done a month and like my percentages. I really don't. I use Pattern Keeper, so I can do that easily. I just don't really pay attention to it very often. And then I got a lot done. I got exactly how much I wanted to get done on Deer Creek, so I'm very, very happy with my progress on this. And it's just where I am at is a very exciting point to me, anyways. So here's where I was at the beginning of the month. Here's where I am now. You can see I'm already like halfway through this row, which is super exciting. And you can see I have started getting into the deer. You can see the deers, that's the buck. You can see the ear kind of forming there. That's the ear. And that antler is basically completely done. And then the start of the other is right there. And then the doe is like down here. I believe I'm going to be able to get some done on the doe in that row as well. I think she starts on that row too. So I'm super happy with that. I love the fact that I'm getting into the deer. So that's basically all I really have to show this month for my stitching. I didn't buy anything. I never really get a huge amount of haul. Only thing I bought this month was needles and a bunch of thread that I needed. I really only buy patterns when I am planning on starting them. I don't buy patterns as soon as I see them. If I know I want to do it, I don't buy it. I wait until I know I'm going to be starting it soon, and then I'll buy it and buy everything that I need. I have a few patterns. I do have a few patterns that I have that I haven't started yet, but not many, like maybe 4 or 5. And they're all fairly small. None of them are large. So my animals have gotten very noisy, so I apologize if you can hear them. Ferret's in his tunnel, and he's just being noisy. And the cat's trying to climb out the window. So one thing I thought I would maybe add in these videos is what I'm reading, because a lot of the times when I'm stitching, I will listen to an audiobook. So usually I'll watch TV or something, but I also will listen to an audiobook. So I thought maybe I'd, talk about what I'm reading. And if you don't want to listen to this, I'm putting it at the end of the video, so feel free to click off. If you are interested, though, stick around. So currently what I'm listening to while I'm stitching is World Without End by Ken Follett, which is the second book in the Pillars of the Earth series. I read the Pillars of the Earth like 3 or 4 years ago, and I really liked it. They're very long books. So just keep that in mind. It's like a 1,000-page long book, I think. So I'm listening to the audiobook because I'm not sure I'd have the patience to actually read books. Reading long books for me sometimes is hard. And then I'm also listening to Collected Fictions by Jorge Luis Borges. I think I'm saying that right. If I'm not, feel free to correct me. So as you can see that poster in the background, that is actually a scratch-off poster of the top 100 books. It doesn't say where they're getting, you know, the top 100 books from, what list they're getting it from, but they're all classics. I'm not going to list them all, but all the gold ones are ones I've not read yet. And then all the ones that have color, those are the ones I've read. I'm like 25% through, I think, maybe a little over. And so collected fiction is one of the books on that list right now. I'm also reading on my Kindle, I'm reading Lolita, which is, it's a rough book for me. I really don't like the material, like the theme of it, because the theme is pedophilia, and I'm not into it. But it's on the list, so I gotta read it. I haven't liked quite a lot of these. Some of the older books are just kind of not for me. And then my workbook, my actual physical book, is Phantom by Terry Goodkind, which is the 10th book, I think, or the 11th book, I can't really remember, in the Sword of Truth series, which is a long series. It's a very long series. And also to add to World Without End, if you don't feel like reading the books, which they are magnificent books, they're a historical fiction series, but both of those books have been made into BBC, I think, miniseries that are really, really good. I saw those way before I read the first book even. There is a third book in the series that came out not too long ago, I think maybe a year or two ago, and I don't believe that one has a miniseries, although it would be awesome if they made a miniseries of that one as well, because they did a really good job with them. So that is all I have for you this month. To hit on the time lapses, though, I've decided to just not do them for right now, not until I have a better kind of setup, because as I said in the previous video, my like camera rig thing broke, so I couldn't use that anymore. It was very cheap, but I couldn't use that anymore to take the like aerial footage, and I was taking pictures, but I just don't like how it's kind of come together as a time lapse. I would prefer it being a recorded time lapse instead of a picture time lapse, so I'm just not even gonna post them, and time lapses are just gonna have to wait until I get a new camera rig. Alright, so that is all that I have. I will see you next month. I actually might have a video up later this month with something a little more exciting, but I will talk about that then. Alright, bye.